Hi everyone, and welcome once again to this interview that I'm doing for PSP candidates. PSP stands for Progress Singapore Party. My name is Craig, and I have with me in the studio today Dr. Ang Yong Guan. So Dr. Ang, welcome to the show.
Yes. Great.
So welcome, yeah. So Dr. Ang is going to be a candidate, and you will get to see more of him on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. But the purpose of today's interview is for us to get to know a little bit of the personal side of Dr. Ang. And he has come forward, and he's also brought along some photos from the past and up to the present. So we'll get to know him a little bit better, okay? So we're going to have fun doing this interview. So Dr. Ang, you were born in Singapore, or where were you?
Born in Singapore.
Also, you are born in Singapore, true blue Singaporean,
Yeah,
not imported from anywhere else. Oh, okay. Where were you growing up in your teenage, your baby or child years?
I was born at Kedang Kebau Hospital.
Oh, Kedang Kebau Hospital, yes.
Yeah.
Most of
and
us
when I was born, I was 10 pounds. Oh, yeah, it was cesarean section, I remember. My mother told me.
Your mom must have eaten some very nourishing food. 10 pounds is
very,
huge.
very rare, very rare, 10 pounds.
Wow.
And in fact, she had an episode of disorientation.
Your mom?
Yes, I was told that after delivering me, she actually saw someone outside, but there was no one. She was actually having visual hallucination.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And I think it must be the dehydration, the postnatal reaction. So really, and my uncle used to tell me, you're not delivered, you are picked up from the tummy. So I said, oh, that's interesting.
But you were you overdue, or were you
and another interesting fact, I was born on Chinese New Year Day.
And
Yes.
for the year that you were born?
24th January that year was Chinese New Year Day.
Wow.
So every Chinese New Year Day is my birthday.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, what time was your, roughly morning, afternoon, or night?
That one, honestly, I can't remember. I think it's around 1 a.m.
Or 1 a.m.
But I need to verify that.
Wow,
Fantastic,
interesting.
yeah, interesting.
Wow, those were some significant moments,
yes,
even as a baby.
So every Chinese New Year, people celebrate for me.
Oh, yeah, so lucky, so lucky.
And once in a while, the English birthday, 24th January, coincided with the Chinese New Year Day.
That's the thing about the Chinese calendar. It's like the world will become quite complicated because the good thing that we are using the Gregorian calendar. It's not very difficult to do planning forward. Every year Chinese New Year change up and down. They will go crazy, Crazy. But yet there's a unique way of calculating whereby nothing goes wrong.
Yes.
And that's the amazing thing about for easier use or application. At least we use the Western Gregorian calendar to chart our days and our time going. If not, lucky you're not born on February 29. Then you celebrate your birthday once every 4 years. Okay, so how many siblings did you have?
Okay, I'm the eldest. I have a brother and a sister.
Oh, it's three of you?
Three of us.
Oh,
and
okay.
I came from a very poor family. My father was a bus driver, and I used to stay in a kampong, Lorong 1 Geylang.
Wow.
And I remember, my father would buy a packet of char kway teow. Can you imagine? That time char kway teow was 30 cents. If you bring along an egg, it's 50 cents. But more importantly, we couldn't afford 2-3 packets. So 4 of us were tucked in on 1 packet.
1 packet.
And then I remember when I went to school, it was 15 cents. I went to Tanjong Ru Boys School, now defunct, now it's Dunman High.
Okay.
So when I went to Tanjong Ru, Fort Road, when I went to school, 15 cents for allowance. And I bought Yong Tau Fu. Yong Tau Fu, 3 pieces for 15 cents. And I will go for soup 3 times. So the Yong Tau Fu man know, hey, hello, soup.
Okay.
So I'll eat one, then ask for another round of soup. Eat the second one and ask for another round of soup.
So they have to fill you up.
To fill my tummy.
Okay.
I remember it was so poor at that time.
Yeah. Well, surprisingly, those were tough times that you grew up in Singapore. But even now, today, apparently, there are many Singaporeans who also go hungry, even in this day and age.
Oh, that's terrible.
That is the terrible thing that we have.
And then another interesting point, when I was 9 years old, 1964, the kampong where I live in caught fire.
Oh,
It was I think 4th November, 1964.
Oh, you got very good memory.
Yeah, it was after my exam, because exam was in the morning.
You were in what, primary?
Primary 4.
Primary 4.
1964. I was having lunch, it was 12:30 p.m. Lorong 1, Geylang. I was having lunch. Hui Xiu, fire, fire.
Oh, run for your life.
Then guess what I did? I ran to my room. I carried 2 bags of school books.
Wow.
2 school bags. I forgot my saving bank. My saving bank was in a porcelain saving bank, porcelain.
Your piggy bank.
Piggy bank.
Okay.
I forgot inside $50 over coins.
Ayah.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
Then what happened? We waited outside. We all went outside to the main road. Then we went to Aljunied Primary School, Lorong 21 there. Then we were housed there for a few nights.
Oh, so that's the one.
This is
Oh
Lorong
my
1.
goodness.
It's called Jalan Minyak, you know.
Okay, okay. So everything was raised to the ground.
Flattened. My grandfather had 3 dozens of pigs, you know. All gone.
What? Shelter?
Bacon.
Oh my goodness.
But what is interesting is next day, my parents took me back to the site. I hunted for my
Your piggy
bank. It was plied open already.
Ayah.
Because it's porcelain, it could withstand the fire.
But all the coins all gone.
Coin all gone.
Wow, took you how long to save the amount of money? Right?
Yeah. So until today,
Very sakit hati lah.
until today, I analyze myself, you know. Why money is secondary to books?
Oh, yeah, of course. You forgot your piggy bank, you took your books.
Books come first. You go to my house, you see nothing but books. You go to my office, my clinic, you see nothing but books. And every time I travel, bookshop is on the list. I must visit bookshop.
Wow.
过来了.
For dramatic impact, you can hear. He's talking about something quite dramatic, right?
过来了,
You got thunder sound in the background, you know.
Yeah.
Wow, you very good.
Yeah. Actually, honestly, this is the first time I share, you know, so privately.
Oh, okay.
The whole of Singapore, I think you are the first to hear about this fire.
Oh, goodness.
You know that this is the fire that affected Ang Yong Guan. Another story. Then next day got school. My school, Tanjung Ru Boys School, is
Your
white
uniform all
shirt.
gone.
Correct, white shirt, brown trousers. A lot of people donated clothing. I went to hunt. I hunted for a white shirt. I got a white shirt. I couldn't find a brown trousers. Khaki, they call it khaki trousers. Khaki.
Then how you wear what?
Oh, I nearly went into tears. I couldn't get a khaki trousers. Finally, I found a white one.
White one. Oh, still can
At 9 years old, I was wearing white and white.
Oh, white and white. Wow, they thought you are from
then
SGI or from RI, is it?
Yes. Preparing for RI. In the end, I went RI.
Oh my goodness.
But that time, I didn't even know there was RI. I was only 9 years old.
Also in primary 4 that time.
Primary 4. So next day, I went to school. Everybody white and brown trousers.
You're the
except
only one.
Ang Yong Guan. White and white, you know. Then my teacher very good, no? Mr. Ng Chan Seng.
Wow. You can
Mr.
still
Ng Chan,
remember his
primary
name.
3A. Yong Guan come to the class, front of the class. All of you, Yong Guan's house has been burned down. You all cannot laugh at him. He wear white and white. If you all laugh at him, I will make you stand outside.
Oh, that's very nice of that teacher.
That's called empathy, you know. So at young age of 9, instead of feeling traumatized,
right.
I was validated by this teacher.
Wow.
Then Wong Fan Vun, my classmate, took me back to Jalan Batu, his house. So the father was very nice. 永言，你的姓洪永言啊，永远的永啊，状元的元啊，哇，你永远做官了，状元了。No wonder I joined SAF. 那你永远是状元啊，有机会进国会啊。哎呦，哇，还是 OK。
So quite prophetic
then 还有你没有听到咩？我们第一个市长是王永元。哎呦，哇 ，Ong Eng Guan his Chinese name is exactly like mine, different surname only.
Different surname. Oh,
and 洪永元，他是王永元 Ong Eng Guan. He was with the PAP. He was the first mayor of Singapore. Then 他就跟我讲，哇，你以后会做官啊。
哇，当官啊，还会当官啊。
当官，做 SAF 先啊。
Okay. So you primary you say it doesn't exist anymore, right? The school changed to Dunman, right? And then after that, your secondary school
primary
you went
school 6 years.
Then?
That time is true meritocracy, because they picked the best of primary 6 to go RI.
To go RI, yeah.
So that year, 1968, I was Sec 1 RI. The first school is Outram Primary School.
Okay.
Outram Park Primary School. Outram Primary School got 14 went to RI.
Wow.
Tanjung Ru Boys School, 13. We were number 2 in the whole of Singapore.
Wow, I see, man. Your cohort must be all quite intelligent, 很聪明的嘞。
1967, I remember So Fong Chin, my school teacher. If the whole class, 44 boys, pass PSLE, I bring you all to Roxy for ice cream.
Wow.
So we all went to Roxy, the whole class passed.
All passed.
Of which 13 went to RI.
From your class alone.
Alone, 6A, 13 went to RI.
Wow.
So when we went to RI, this is true
真係
meritocracy.
厲害咧
Ului bolui takche
You
RI.
enter lah. Oh.
RI. So very happy. Wow, it's like my father was so happy. Then 6 years in RI, I have a photo, a RI photo to show.
Is this the one?
I was a class monitor. Look at the front row. I was the only thorn among the roses.
No, only sunflower. We don't say thorn.
So my leadership skill already displayed, no? Already
this is
a leader.
the pre-U lah.
Tua Kui Tau, they got Tua Kui Tau. Red Indian chief.
Okay. And who's that one? down
Yang
below?
Sai Jen. He's a Monash University PSC scholar. He's an expert in economics.
I see.
Until today, we are close friends.
Excellent. Oh,
That was
goodness.
RI days.
Then
I enjoyed my RI days very much because I think I came from a poor family, right? Raffles Institution transformed me. From 13 years old all the way to 17, 18 years old, I was transformed because of CCA.
what were you doing in CCA?
So primary 1, Sec 1 all the way to pre-U 2, my CCA was school newspaper. Sec
Wow.
3, I started as a reporter, 15
Wow.
years old, reporting. Sec 4, first half, before O-level came in, we continued as sub-editor. Then we prepared for O-level. Then pre-U 1, honeymoon year. Because A-level is 1 year later. Honeymoon year, I became editor.
Wow,
Handed over.
美派啊！哇，so like reporter like that, like
Oh, yeah,
editor
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. Oh, that's
When I was a reporter at 15 years old, Raffles Institution, we shifted to Grange Road, and we had 2 squash courts. So as a reporter, the teacher in charge said, Ang Yong Guan, you follow me to Singapore Cricket Club. You interview the Singapore Squash Racket Association President, Peter Cooper. I said, sắp go away interview.
that's 他准就准
That's how you train yourself up.
Oh, so you had a very, it looks like you had a very fun
In Raffles,
time, in
Raffles
Raffles.
made me. I would say Raffles made me.
Right. And then after that, you went to army first or what? Or did you NS or something?
NS 6 months. After that, disrupted to do medicine.
Oh, so you were accepted into the medical faculty lah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Do you have a photo of that or what's
I
coming
really
up after
enjoy.
this?
These are 3 of my classmates. These are 2 of my classmates. And in the center is Balaji, my classmate. He later became a senior minister of state.
Yeah.
For
I
health.
believe he has, is he still, he has passed on,
He
right?
passed on in 2010.
Oh, 2010.
Cancer of colon. Yeah.
Ayo, so sad, huh?
So
sad.
we were very close at that time. I will explain why. Because we were involved in fighting against the government.
Ayo.
1978.
Wow.
We challenged the government for 88 days. Not known to many Singaporeans.
I see.
I will
see.
explain what this fight is all about.
Oh, okay. So what's the next picture that we have coming up? Let's see. This is the one you're
This
talking
is the
about.
fight.
Oh.
In 1978, we were final year students.
Medical students.
Then they announced all first year medical students must sign a $81,000 bond. And it's a 5-year bond.
Right.
So you want to study medicine, you sign an $81,000 bond. That's fair.
That means if you break it, you have to pay back
Pay
the
81,000.
government 81,000.
But you came with your eyes open. You don't want 81,000, you don't study medicine.
Right.
You want to pay the bond, you study medicine and make sure you serve 5 years. The reason
After
being,
graduation, you have
after
to serve
graduation.
5 years. Okay.
The reason being, many doctors set up private practice after 1 or 2 years or 2-3 years. So government hospital need doctors. So the only way is to bond you for 5 years. Then at least the government assured of manpower at least for 5 years, right? At least for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then first year agreeable, you came in with your eyes open.
Yeah.
Then they decided those existing students, second to final year, must
Also
also
subject to
sign
the
an $81,000 bond.
Oh.
We say it's ridiculous. In principle, it's wrong.
It's not fair to you all.
Not fair.
Okay.
Because when we went in 1974, first year, there was no such bond.
No such bond.
You
Okay.
cannot. At that time, I told you, my father was a driver. The fee was $750 a year to do medicine.
To do medicine. Okay.
Now,
now it's how much?
my son just graduated a few years ago. It was $400,000 to do medicine.
gosh.
Not $81,000. 400. I remember signing a bond for my son. 400 over $1,000.
Wow, your son is also a doctor.
He's a doctor.
Oh,
Also doing psychiatry.
Wow, so the fruit don't fall too far from the tree, huh? Oh, son also psychiatry, he also psychiatry. You know, for those, just to digress a bit, for those people who don't understand, right, you actually have to become a doctor first.
Before you become psychiatrist.
Then you can choose to do psychiatry, right?
Yeah, because we prescribe medicine.
So
Psychologists don't have to be doctor.
psychologist
Don't
is
have to be
different. You are doing psychiatry.
Must be a doctor first.
You must be a doctor first because you must
treat
dispense medication.
mental illness. And we must make sure we exclude tumor of the brain, infection of the brain, and bleeding in the brain. Or if a person say he's got headache and he's depressed, it could be a tumor. If the person has headache and then can't walk properly, it could be bleeding in the brain. So if you're not a doctor, you continue to treat him for his depression, anxiety, panic attack. I think it's negligent. That's wrong, you see.
Okay.
So we need to be doctors first. So we look at your
So
symptoms.
that means you train to be a doctor for how many years first?
5 years.
5 years to
I
be
was
a
in
doctor.
medical school for 5
Then
years.
after you graduate, then you decided that you want to specialize in psychiatry.
Psychiatry. I'll show you
You
a
spend
slide,
another how many more years to get psychiatry?
Another 3 years. But before I did that, I was in Woodbridge Hospital. Now they call it Institute of Mental
Health, yeah.
I was there not as a patient, as a trainee. As a trainee. A lot of people say, why you went to Woodbridge for what? I went there for training. I was there for training, 2 years of solid training.
Is
then
like
I
a
went to
housemanship or something like that? Or
traineeship.
Traineeship lah. Of course, by then you actually were already a doctor lah.
Correct.
Okay.
So coming back to the bond, it was very unfair.
Yeah.
We were private student. Suddenly you told us there's a bond, 81,000. So we fought, we challenged the government. And then we refused to sign. Refused to
Then
sign.
how?
Then Mr. Lee Kuan Yew was the prime minister then. If you don't sign, the male go back to do national service. The female, you give us back $81,000, you leave medical school.
Wow.
You don't sign because we spend so much money on you.
Oh, goodness.
But we were upset. We were upset because you didn't tell us when we first joined.
So would you say that it was a matter of principle? That 100%
matter of principle. So that was my baptism of fire. I realized that the government always, the end justify the means. The end is we want doctors in public hospital. The means is let's bond them. But come on, where is the principle? You follow? Where is the principle?
Correct,
so we fought. We know how many days we fought? 88 days.
Wow, were you all not like scared or fearful?
Oh, they divide and rule, another technique they use. You know how they divide and rule? We will start with final year student first, in batches of 10.
See whether you all cave in or not. Huh?
Cave in or not, very good. So if the first 10 come, the rest quite will have to come.
Yeah, you have to follow.
Have to follow. We refused. We won't sign. Because everybody watching final year. And I was an Indian chief.
I
was a class rep. So everybody watched. Because the 4th year, 3rd year, 2nd year, watching the final year. The moment we crumble, nothing
finish,
to fight. Gone.
So how was
some
it
of the ministers
eventually?
currently in our cabinet were in year 2. They actually signed and supported us. I got some of their names still with me.
Okay. So how was it resolved eventually?
So after 88 days, okay, when they divided us, the first 10 refused to sign, except one turned up, one out of the 10. His father was a civil servant, senior civil servant. So he was told, you go home, don't have to come back. We'll revise the bond. They revised the bond 3 times, try to make it more palatable, but it didn't work. Next, Dr. Toh Chin Chye was the health minister. Dr. Toh Chin Chye said, I want to meet class reps from each class, 2nd year, 3rd year, 4th year, final year. I want to talk to them. And he was supposed to talk to us for 10 minutes. He ended up talking to us for 2.5 hours. And he said, a student, I know it's very hard to get guarantor to guarantee you $81,000. $81,000. You can have 810 guarantors, each one guaranteeing $100. Again, ridiculous. How to find 810
800 people, precisely.
Or 81 guarantor.
Yeah.
Not easy. So we knew that we were on the higher ground. This is a question of principle.
Right.
So in the end, we went there with a declaration. We declare that the government needs us to serve in government hospital. We will serve our 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, according to number of years you have done medicine. Right? We will serve accordingly without the $81,000.
They think without that burden of that thing
Without the
hanging
burden.
on.
And Dr. Toh accepted our declaration. Next slide.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see now.
And you see me on the front page of the Straits Times.
Wow. So you were already an activist at that age. Wow. Sometimes they call you all dissident, right?
But in a way,
But
it's
a matter-
apolitical.
Yeah. You are
it's on
fighting
the
for your
bond,
rights, huh?
medical bond.
Correct,
It's
correct,
not politics, you see.
Wow.
But I tasted my first baptism of fire. How to take on the government. You know.
So the Toh is Toh Chin Chai,
Toh Chin
lah.
Chai,
So I accept the declaration.
then
So that eventually you all resolve the
subsided,
thing. Oh, okay. Wow. So Dr. Ang, very interesting. Wow. So maybe after watching this video, more people will come to know about the battle that you all fought as a matter of principle. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, let's see now. What is the next picture? Oh, this is in Edinburgh.
That's right. So after 5 years of medical school, and after 1 year of housemanship, and 2 years at Institute of Mental Health, at the time was Holbrook Bridge, I went to Edinburgh on the SAF Training Award.
Oh, SAF Training Award.
That time this was 1983, end of 1983. Singapore wasn't training any psychiatrists locally.
Oh, so you are the pioneer batch of.
I had to go overseas.
Oh, they don't teach. They don't teach you. You have to go to Scotland
to learn psychiatry.
Oh,
so I was there for 2 years.
2 years.
And it benefited me a lot.
So you're full-time student,
Full-time student, and then I was a captain then, so I still continue to have.
So you still have a salary,
from the
okay.
SAF.
Okay.
At the time, I was already quite critical, although I was with the SAF.
Critical of what?
Critical of policies.
Oh.
So until one of my consultants say, Guan, they call me Guan, don't treat your nation like your patient. Why are you treating Singapore like your patient?
Oh, but you were looking at it from the way things are done, policies and all these things are. Right. Okay.
But I remember very well, that time Mr. Devan Nair was exposed to be an alcoholic. So they were very harsh towards him.
Yeah.
So the people back in Scotland were asking me, how come you treated your alcoholic patient so badly? As if he's a criminal. No? I remember it very well. Where's the humanity? Where's the compassion and where's the empathy? Treated as if he's a criminal just because he's an alcoholic.
Oh, was he really alcoholic?
Well, the impression given is
like that,
like that,
Right. But then at least today they have an institute named after him next to IMM down there.
For his contribution to the labour movement.
Yeah, I guess at that time he was one of those very powerful leaders also in Singapore. Especially for the union. If you ask people to go on strike, they will all go on strike in those days, right? Wow. So after you finished the 2 years in Edinburgh, then you became a psychiatrist.
Yeah, I came back. I served in the Singapore Armed Forces for a total of 23 years.
Oh, wow. So
17 years as a psychiatrist. Wow. So if you look at the next slide, I think I'm the longest serving military psychiatrist.
Wow, shit, man. You're full colonel, man.
After that, 6 years contract, maximum 12 years contract, then you leave. I was 17 years as a colonel, practicing psychiatrist.
Wow.
Very
so you were in charge of mental health,
mental
come
health.
up with training or policies, whatever, to increase the mental health and
whole
resilience.
SAF mental health on my shoulder.
Wow.
So not only we treated patients, we did a lot of preventive psychiatry, that's what I call. That means we conduct workshops, we give talks, we do mental wellness seminars to toughen the soldiers. I remember I conducted workshops called resilience building workshop. Get our soldiers to be resilient and not to cave in under stress. Then we did a lot of post-traumatic stress,
warfare kind of thing,
post-traumatic stress management. Whenever there's an accident or incident in the unit, especially involving severe injuries, I would be called in and then we would activate counselors and doctors to help out.
Wow, so it's called PTSD, post-traumatic. But it's usually for people who have gone for war or engagement in war, they come back and then A bit unbalanced after that, right?
Sometimes training injuries.
Also, yours was more training injuries.
More training injuries.
Oh, okay. Wow, so quite a long time. So when did you leave your service in the army?
I retired in 2003.
Still young, that time.
That time I was 48. Every time I wanted to retire, they would,
ask you to stay on a while
hang
more.
on, hang on. Either promote me or upgrade my salary.
Okay. So eventually you left in what? That means in
2003.
Oh, 2003. Then from the army, what happened? Did you?
Then I set up my private practice.
Oh.
At Paragon Medical.
Oh, at Paragon. Is there a picture of that, or what is this?
No,
picture?
no.
Oh.
Besides, okay, so I'm a clinical psychiatrist. I practice seeing patients every day. But besides that, I appear very frequent on television and radio.
Oh, as a consultant for you to share your experiences.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
On mental health matters. So I was, regularly on
958.
958.
I see you on Channel 8, Chen Yifeng. And of course, there's my friend there, Li Guohuang.
Li Guohuang or that.
Wow, cool, man. Oh, so you're a celebrity of sorts already.
小毛病大问题。
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 Right. Okay. What's the next photo you have?
This one is more of my exposure. I was on 早安你好, at one stage, 琪琪, 早安你好. I think there's no such program now.
Anymore. Yeah. Okay. So you went more on Channel 8 than on Channel 5?
Yeah, strangely. They wanted me more on Channel 8 than Channel 5.
Okay. Depending on the slant of the program.
Correct.
Right. So what's your next photo you want to share with us coming up? What's the next one? Let's see. Devils in the mind.
I'm seen as a strong advocate of mental health in Singapore. Because I started a group, I think that's the next one. So the Straits Times featured me one whole page,
Wow.
So I also give lectures to the public on mental health issues.
I see.
I'm also a visiting lecturer talking about personality disorders. Next.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what's your next slide. This one.
This is a group
AGMI.
I formed.
Okay.
Action Group for Mental Illness. I started it in 2004. And I was the chairman up to 2013.
Oh, okay.
And one of the things we champion for is...
This is like a support group.
It's actually increasing the awareness of Singaporeans about mental illness.
But this is something many people avoid talking about.
Avoid talking. Really, I understand. Craig, it's very, in a way, a serious issue that people don't want to talk about.
Yeah, it's like shameful or whatever, their misperception.
Because when you're physically ill, you have physical symptoms.
Yeah.
Either in the form of headache, fever, breathlessness, tremors. You can see the tremors.
Yeah.
But when you are depressed, sometimes you cannot pick up.
Yeah.
When you're anxious, sometimes there are no signs. You only feel it, but there are no signs.
Besides that, let's see what is the next slide you have coming up. And what is this?
Oh, this slide is about my running group.
Oh, your running group.
I started a running group in the year 2000 called ABC.
Oh, okay.
A is my initial.
Oh, your surname.
Yeah,
okay.
I was running at Temasek Club car park. At the time it was at Portsdown Road. And my friend Boon saw me. Boon joined me.
Oh, so that's where the B said.
Then another friend Chia saw me, and then ABC.
Oh, goodness.
Then a while later, another friend saw me. And then we become A, B, and C.
Oh, okay. Wow, so how often do you guys gather
First
and run?
10 years, every Sunday we would go all over Singapore. Every Sunday we will Labrador Park we will go MacRitchie, we will go CMPB, Dempsey Road.
Quite a big group of you,
Yes.
Okay.
So whoever turn up, we'll run
the
7 a.m. till about 9 a.m.
So is this once a week you all were running?
Yes, in the beginning. Then later on, less often.
Because they are timing, everyone with different timing.
Different timing, yeah.
But is the group still functioning, or is it like
we have our own chat group, and then we are highly sociable. We have a lot of social gathering. Especially celebrating birthdays. So we have now become an eating club.
But I must say, you look very fit. Don't have the pot belly or whatever, even though you're eating a lot. All right. Let's go on to the next photo. Let's see.
There you are. I completed 10 marathons.
Wow.
Yeah. From 2007 to 2012.
Overseas or local or what?
Local. It's 7 hours. Because my motto, the next slide will show my motto.
Okay.
My motto is complete, not compete.
It's an achievement just to complete the marathon.
Yes.
You're talking about a full marathon, right?
Full marathon.
That's 42
km.
Wow. And you took 7 hours.
7 hours.
Wow. You take 7. If I'm running, 24 hours. By the time
And
everything
you must
closed, go
come
back.
in. You must come in within 9.5 hours because
Oh.
they calculated if you walk,
Ah.
it's about 9 hours plus.
Oh, even
So,
if you are walking, not really
even you're
running.
walking, and if you come back after 9 hours, the
Everything
shop will
ended
be
already
closed.
lah.
You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
no
No one will
manner.
wait there for you
No
anymore.
manner.
Oh, okay.
What I want to emphasize is beliefs shape behavior.
Oh.
If you have a believer, complete, not compete, then it shape your behavior. As you run, you keep on
Yeah.
reminding yourself you're there to complete, not
So
to
you
compete.
ever hit the wall or not when you are running in all these 10 marathons?
First few years, about 38 km, you feel like giving up.
Ah.
But then you think of your motto, complete,
not compete, okay.
then you carry on. Once there was sundown marathon, 2 a.m., there was a heavy downpour. So I was at the junction, you turn left is 21 km, half marathon. You turn right is 42, full marathon. I was wondering to stop or not to stop because heavy rain,
that means you're
with
drenched
thunder,
through
with
already,
lightning, drenched.
Oh, completely drenched.
Then people were stopping just to wait for the
Take
lightning to
shelter and
go
all these
away.
things,
So to go, not to go, if I turn left is 21 km.
Half lah.
Half, correct. So I remember my motto, complete, not compete. I took the 42 km.
I see, man. Power to you lah. Huh?
Tough.
So it's mind over matter lah.
Mind over matter, and it's all about resilience.
Right,
You have
right,
to be
right.
resilient. 不倒翁,跌倒,
Bounce back
爬起来，
again, always
跌倒，
bounce up
爬起
again
来。 In
啊。
Japan, there's a proverb, you fall 7 times, but you get up 8 times. So we are not
Okay,
afraid of falling,
interesting.
we're only afraid of not getting up.
Yeah, correct. So that kind of mental resilience is also
Yes,
important.
yeah.
So what's the next one you have
There
there?
you
All
are.
this-
See, mind over matter, exactly what you say.
Oh,
Mind over body.
oh, yours is mind over body. Okay. Wow, so you have been keeping fit all these times, huh? Okay,
It's a
wonderful.
joy, it's a joy.
Actually, I must
Endorphins.
shed the. I've lost some weight.
Yeah.
I still got some way to go. You know, and then my friend tell me, why you can't see? I said in Singapore, bo can't see. You only die one time. Si can't boy see. Tube here, tube there. Everywhere. That is a horrible way to go.
That's a good
lah. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the next slide you have coming up.
I-
so you're
I
a
swim a
swimmer
lot.
also.
I swim
okay.
a lot as
Yeah, actually,
well.
for people like me, swimming good, because don't put
good,
any
yeah.
stress on the joints.
Correct.
Float in the water.
Exactly. After 2012, I decided to stop full marathon. Take up
yeah,
swimming.
the knees are the impact,
knees,
right?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see now what else do we have? This is
my
a big.
2 lovely dogs.
Okay, and that's your wife.
Dante, that's my wife, Zoe.
Ah.
Dante and Dante on the left, the one in white, and then Emma on the left.
Okay. So those are your pets,
Yeah.
So your son already grow big already,
Yeah,
So this one, is your son married?
I've got 4 children. 2 sons. My son is married. One of them is married. Both sons, and then one daughter is married. One is not.
So you already promoted to
Akong.
Akong already lah. How many grandchildren do you have? Only one. Alamak, no wonder
less
the
than 1 year old.
TFR never improved in Singapore.
Yeah,
All these
yeah.
young people get married, then wait to start their family.
Yeah.
All right. So is a grandson or granddaughter?
Grandson.
Grandson. Okay. So I was always telling people, I say, the duty of the grandparent is to spoil the grandchildren. The discipline, leave it to the parents. Oh, you have a lovely wife there, Zoe. So does she enjoy like running with you as well?
Yeah. We are in the A, B, and C.
Okay, lovely. Let's see. Are we? And this is? Oh,
I just want to say that I was involved in politics.
so you are not a
with
newbie in that
my
sense,
background as an activist, it's a natural progression.
Okay. They were with other political parties?
This was 2011 with the SDP.
Oh, you were with SDP.
Then
Okay.
2015 was with Sing First.
All right, and now it's with PSP.
For country,
All right.
for people.
Yeah. Excellent. Now, before we end this interview, it was really fun talking to you, and I hope you enjoyed this session with me as well. But before we round off, right, I'd just like to get your opinion or your views on what are some of your hopes and dreams and aspirations. I mean, of course, your kids are all grown and said for Singapore.
Well, I think it is about the future of Singapore. We cannot have more of the same. We must think out of the box. And we must have at least, in my opinion, 1/3 opposition members in parliament. Because with 1/3, 93 MP, we need 32, that is 1/3. With 1/3, they cannot just change their constitution any way they want.
你使輪來啦。
I think that's my dream for the sake of Singapore, for the sake of our children, our great children,
Your
our
grandchildren,
great grandchildren, I think we must have a level playing field. We shouldn't have an over-dominant political party deciding everything for Singapore. There must be diversity.
Right.
And within diversity, you can still have unity.
Yes,
I mean, diversity is okay, it's acceptable. Different views make the country stronger.
Stronger, right. Okay.
Not one size fit all. We need to have multiple approaches and multiple sizes.
Correct. So once again, thank you, Dr. Ang Yong Guan, for being on this program. So till the next time when I interview another PSP candidate, we'd like to say thank you for watching the show and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.